With poise beyond his years and slick footwork, Zayas is a big super welterweight who can outbox you from the outside or walk you down behind a stiff jab and overwhelming combinations. So, how does he do it? Let's break down how Zayas has become one of boxing's most exciting and dominating young champions. Arguably, the most impressive part of Zayas' game is the way he moves around the ring. He displays elite footwork in and out of punching range, uses his feet to set traps, and has exceptional balance when throwing his combinations. Zayas uses bouncy footwork to travel inside and outside of punching range quickly. His athleticism is always on display as he takes these half steps to jab or throw 1-2 combinations. And then, he pushes off his front foot to spring away from his opponent's potential counter. The aggressiveness of Zayas' front foot is the key that unlocks his ability to find openings in his opponent's defense. His lead left foot is constantly attacking the space of his opponents, like this matchup against a southpaw. The goal is to find a way to get to the outside foot position to line up that rear hand. Zayas feints with his left foot to the inside, setting up a quick step to the outside to line up the straight right to the body. Then, he uses that same explosive step to the outside and feints, which draws a huge reaction from his opponent, dropping his hands to try to defend that body shot. This time, Zayas steps low, looking like he's about to shoot that right hand to the body, and then goes over the top and around the guard of his opponent with that rear hand. These foot feints and level changes are constantly exhausting his opponent's nervous system, forcing them to react to every aggressive movement. He uses a similar technique and footwork setup here against an orthodox opponent, starting with a hard half step on the inside while changing his level, then stepping into a jab upstairs, only to follow that same low step and level change. But this time, he throws a beautiful straight right hand over the top instead of feinting. The pressure being put on his opponents by simply feinting with his feet and changing levels is stressing me out, and I'm just watching it. Zayas sticks a jab out here that allows for a full step on the inside and into range, but he doesn't even throw a punch. He pushes off his lead foot and bounces back out of range, then directly steps back on the inside to throw a 1-2 combination. This setup with foot feints is as pretty as the beaches of Puerto Rico. Zayas uses a hard half step and shows the right hand just slightly, leading to a counter right hand from his opponent. Instantly, he downloads the data and knows how to find the target. The next exchange, he uses that same setup, slips the right hand counter, and lands a left hook right on the button. One more quick example of slick movement by Zayas is this doorknob technique he uses on the inside. His opponent crashes into him after throwing a left. Zayas then shoulder bumps him, then grabs the outside elbow of his opponent, pushing it to the left as he pivots out to the right, framing his opponent's head and landing a right hand. That's some veteran-level defensive flourish. And you can't stay defensive if you can't stay in balance. Zayas can put pedal to the metal on his opponents when he senses they're hurt, even late into the fight when he's already tired. This sequence against Teixeira, who is a slippery veteran boxer who never stops moving, displays Zayas' balance throughout long combinations. He is throwing everything at Teixeira here, and from all angles, while chasing his opponent around the ring. My favorite example of his footwork is this springboard trap that Zayas pulls off on Elias Espadas. Starting with a jab, Zayas takes a half step in, pushes off that lead foot to pull out of range, and then counters with a left hook. That left hook put Espadas in the perfect position for the big right hand following it. That picture-perfect finish comes as a result of Zayas' ability to bounce in and out of range and land the counter as soon as he's in position. Every fighter has a favorite weapon in their arsenal, and if you couldn't tell from some of the highlights we've included so far, Xander Zayas' left hook is what's going to cash the checks for this champion throughout his career. The left hook is a punch that anyone can throw, but the legends of the game, like Miguel Cotto and Felix Trinidad, are ones who perfected it and used it as their best weapon. Zayas' left hook usually comes behind a jab. The jab is used as a rangefinder, usually followed by a right hand to hide that the left hook is coming behind it. Textbook combinations like this can get the job done for Zayas. Notice how he starts with the jab to lift his opponent's guard, and in an effort to keep himself safe from counter lefts coming back his way, keeps his glove glued to his cheek the entire time. That left hook to the body is targeted to the liver. Liver shots are something that not even the toughest fighter can handle if they land in the correct spot. Another trick for the left hook that Zayas uses is his ability to constantly switch where he's landing the left hook. His opponent never really knows whether it's going upstairs or downstairs. And one of those spots is always going to be open because there's only one line of defense on that side of the body. Zayas always looks to invest in the body of his opponents. And that doesn't just sap the energy of the man in front of him, it also opens up the head for power punches in the later rounds. A great example of this is this sequence of left hooks landed on a southpaw. Zayas takes a half step to his left to slip and set up a big power hook to the body, and then goes with the same technique, but lands it to the head in the next exchange. Doubling up hooks is something he does a lot as well, and it goes back to what we just talked about earlier. It forces his opponent to guess and protect either the head or the liver on that side, but they never know what's coming. Zayas can go body-body, body-head, head-body, any of these in combination. It also disrupts the typical left-right punching combination flow. The opponent will reposition their guard, expecting the next punch to be coming from the other side, but it doesn't. All of these tools, a balanced and strong lower body, athleticism, punching ability, and feinting, all come together in the combinations that Zayas throws. His feints force his opponents to react and present the openings in their guard. Then, he starts taking control of the fight with the jab, and gets them out of there with combinations. This offensive superiority, combined with his fight IQ, makes Zayas someone to watch at 154 pounds. And I'm extremely curious how he'll stack up against the other young boxers of his era. But if he grows from here and continues to sharpen his razor-like left hand, he'll be a real player for years to come. For the Modern Martial Artist, this has been Coby McKinley, wishing you happy training.